I don't even know what we're doing. What are we doing? I can't even read my own writing. 25 seconds and we start Tabata Tuesday. Yes, it is. Lateral side taps, that's the first exercise. So for 20 seconds, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Obviously, if you're in a small living room or small bedroom, it can be as little as 1, okay? 3 to 4, but if not, you do what you can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's nice and light on the toes. Make sure you're keeping the pelvis facing forwards. When you tap the ground, try to push the hips back as if you're doing those toe touches, rather than just arch the back forward. Short, sharp, and fast, okay? 20 seconds of hard work. It's not a case of pacing yourself. Relax, we've got 10 seconds. The next exercise is high knees. It's all about getting the heart rate up, everybody. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So be quick on these changeovers. When that buzzer goes, you're doing your first rep, okay? With the high knees, it's not jogging on the spot fast, it's up nice and high. Okay, you're always trying to pull the knee as high as you possibly can. Feel the core work. Lean back a bit. That's it, Margaret. Good. So yeah, you're injured because you're running all the time, but yet you keep running, but then you can't do high knees in a class. Get the work done to make you better. Stop doing the stuff that's making you sore. Good, keep going. Nice and fast. Nice and fast, everybody. Good. Fast as you can. Relax. So it's 4-minute rounds, okay? Nothing changes. It's the usual Tabata Tuesday. 4-minute rounds. 3, 2, 1, high knees. So it's max effort. We do these high knees, and that's us halfway through circuit 1 already, okay? Push it hard, push yourself hard, and get those knees high. Good. 3 more seconds, all the way for the buzzer. Relax. Catch your breath. 5 seconds. Lateral side tap, stand by. So we don't really have much rest, but that's the whole point. Go. Nice and light on the balls of the feet. Try to move the feet fast. Make sure your pelvis and your whole body is facing forwards, okay? Let's go for it. Good. Stand by for high knees. So Tabata Tuesday, 20 seconds of hard work, max effort. 3, 2, 1, go. It's good that it's 20 seconds, but don't think, oh, it's only 20 seconds. It should be 20 seconds. That should motivate you to push yourself hard. And like I say, we've only got 1 more set, the 2 exercises after this. 3, 2, 1. Good. Focus on that breathing. Stand by, lateral side taps. This is the last set. Stand by. Go. Again, don't get lazy with it. Make sure you're nice and dynamic with your taps. Make sure you're actually tapping the ground. Push the hips back, just as if you're doing a kettlebell swing. Okay, lengthen out those hammies to get down there, rather than, well, it doesn't matter now, but rather than just go like that, actually try to push the hips back. 3, 2, high knees, go. You're getting rest after this. Let's go for it, and that'll be circuit 1 done. Push it hard, come on. High knees, drag the arms. Good. Well done. Walk around, take 30 seconds to catch your breath. Get a drink of water if you need one. And then I'll tell you the next 2 exercises, which are pretty simple. So please don't sit about. Walk about, catch your breath, focus on your breathing, shake everything out. So that was designed purely to get the heart rate up. Get you nice and warm. Okay, in the next circuit, body weight again, okay? So we're going to throw in squat jumps with thrusters, okay? Pay attention here. When you're doing your squat jumps, Make sure you're focusing on trying to do the best squat that you can, rather than using squat jumps as an excuse for crap squats. Okay? That's what I mean by crap. Take your time, focus, big jump, land, take your time. Make sure you're pulling your knees apart, make sure you're really driving those toes into the ground, especially when you're adding that jump in. Thrusters are simple. Full press up position, jump in, jump out. Now when I jump in, I'm ever so light on my toes, and jumping back out is not this, okay? So when you think about these two exercises, put them together, what have you got? A burpee, that's right, good guess. Right, 5 seconds. Squat jumps. 3, 2, 1, go. Squat down, jump. It's not about speed, it's about doing the best squats you can. Okay, so if your squats are a bit dodgy, take your time on the descent. Make sure the whole foot is staying flat on the floor and those heels are not coming off. Good, shake your legs out, set yourself up. You really don't have time to fart about. 5 seconds. It's thrusters next, okay? Stand by. Go. So this is a core exercise, but I'll tell you this, it's only a core exercise if you jump in and jump out all the way. Drive those feet, not the feet, the hands. Drive the hands into the ground to support your weight. Good. Make sure on those that you don't let those hips sag, okay? We don't want the hips to sag. It's going to hurt our lower back. Keep the core tight, keep the butt squeezed. Squat jumps. Push the hips back. Land. Focus on keeping good form throughout your squat jump, everyone. Nice explosive jump. And again, you can see me, I'm not rushing. I'm focusing on good quality squats, okay? I'm not just trying to rattle out these crazy jumps. Same with the thrusters. Stand by. Get ready, go. Make sure when you jump out, you squeeze the butt, squeeze the core, as if someone's going to punch you in the stomach. That's going to give you extra stability in the core and stop that lower back sagging, okay? We don't want that lower back sagging on them. And you'll know exactly what I mean if it's happening to you. 3, 2, 1, go. Big squat jumps, down. Oh my, oh my. It's a long 20 seconds when you're doing squat jumps. Right, 3 seconds. Thrusters. Set yourself up, go. You should feel your core working big time here. If you're not, have a look at yourself. Ask yourself, am I jumping all the way out? Am I jumping all the way in? And like I say, it's basically like a broken down burpee, these squat jumps and these thrusters. Stand by. If your legs are like jelly, good. But again, don't lose the form in these squats. Drive the toes into the ground. Pull the knees apart. Go down as low as you're able to go before you lose form. Nice. Thrusters. 3, 2, 1. Last ones. Relax. Well, that was a toughie. That was rather nasty. Okay, walk around, same again. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Shake those legs out. Get your kettlebell at the ready. So we're going to be doing a single arm kettlebell swing. So make sure it's a kettlebell that's challenging for you in the right way, okay? In the right way. Don't just pick one that's easy. I want you to pick the one, for example, most people, a 12, because it's going to force you to snap the hips as opposed to just getting away with doing this, okay? I don't want you going through the motions. I want you to feel like, yep, you know what, I have to snap the hell out of my hips to get this going. So, you should know how to do a kettlebell swing by now. It's going to be alternative kettlebell swing. So it's going to be up, change arms, up, change arms. Simple as that. Make sure your pelvis is always facing forward, your chest's always facing forward. That kettlebell wants to do this to you, but it's our core that stops that. So make sure you're pushing those lower, pushing the hips back together, balanced, okay? Second exercise, press ups. I want you to make sure you're doing the best press ups you can. You only rattle out the reps if your reps are perfect. I want you to try full press ups if you're not in the habit of, as in kneeling ones are all right, but full ones are too hard. Complete beginners, just keep the kneeling ones going. But now's the time to push yourself, especially on these single arm swings. Make sure you're snapping the hips. 3 seconds, pick the kettlebell up, stand by, snap the hips, change arms. So don't be fancy. I'm changing when that kettlebell is at my eye level, and all I'm doing is putting one hand on top and sliding another one out. Okay, no effort, no real technique required, just don't hesitate. And it's as simple as that. Now when you're putting your kettlebell down, put it down safely. Don't jerk it down. 3 seconds and we're going into press up. Stand by. Go. Let's work hard, everybody. It's what we're here for. It's what makes the 20 seconds worthwhile. Push yourself. High quality reps. Keep the speed up, but only if the reps are high quality. Don't go fast and give us crap. Stand by. Now, if you're always picking the kettlebell up and starting with your right arm, or vice versa, make sure you get in the habit now of using a different arm. Go. Hips back, snap them forward. Hips back, snap them forward. Focus on nothing but pushing the hips back and snapping them forward, and you've got yourself the right mechanics for a kettlebell swing. Okay, if you start thinking about lifting it with your arm, you're doing it wrong. 3 seconds, press ups. Straight into them, let's go. Halfway. Get ready. You don't have long. You've got 5 seconds. That kettlebell should be in your hand by now. Get ready. Snap the hips. Snap them. And when I say snap them, at the hips snap, you should feel that prominent lockout of the hips. Your butt squeezes and locks out. And that's where, if you're struggling to feel that butt squeeze, you're struggling to fully lock your hips out. Get this morning's mobility class done, because that's what we worked on. Because if you can't fully extend and lock out your hips, what's going to happen, you're going to put extra stress on that lower back by overextending it. So make sure you feel those butt cheeks squeeze like hell on this kettlebell swing lockout. Okay? Stand by. Pick the kettlebell up. Snap. Snap. So all we're doing here, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, I'm pulling it back like a catapult. These muscles store that energy. Boom. I release that energy by snapping my hips forward. Well done. Great work, everyone. Keep pushing yourself hard. Press ups. Come on, we need to be faster with these changeovers. Why are we just getting down now? Okay, that buzzer goes. That's first rep buzzer. Not, let's think about getting down into the press up position buzzer. You should be hungry for the buzzer. Get down, beat it. Great work, everybody. Shake those arms out. Hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling like you pushed that hard. Catch your breath. Okay, if you've got a lighter kettlebell, probably a good idea to switch to it, depending on how light it is. If you've just got the one, doesn't really matter, okay? It's going to force you to do it properly and learn it fast. A new movement coming at you now, so please pay real close attention. I want you to take the single arm kettlebell swing that we've just done.
Activity completed.
And this is where, no hesitation. If you hesitate and try to go slow, that kettlebell isn't going to start floating in the air for you to make your mind up what you're doing. It's going to start coming down. So I'll show you. Pay attention. So I want you to focus on that hip snap, but now we're doing something called a high pull. So when this kettlebell gets to eye level, I'm going to pull it in and punch it out. I'm going to pull it in and punch it out. If you hesitate or go too slow, this is what's going to happen. Okay, it's just going to pull you down. You have to pull it in, punch it out. Now, if your kettlebell's fairly light, you're going to learn it all right. If you're stuck with a heavier kettlebell, here's my tip for you. When you pick that kettlebell up, when you should do anyway, is grip the hell out of it. No namby-pamby. Get in the web of the thumb, crush the hell out of it with all your fingers. We're not going for afternoon tea. Get those thumbs, get those pinkies in. When you're up here, you are pulling it back by pulling the elbow back. Think about that elbow as if there's a rope attached to it. Look at the elbow. Pull it back, punch it out. So the weight and the power is always behind the kettlebell. It's when people let the elbow drop, you pull that back. Where's the kettlebell going? It's going to go that way, isn't it? Because there's no elbow there to stop it happening. So keep the elbow high. It's just like think about doing a press up with one arm. Or those of you who know how to bench press with dumbbells, it's that exact movement pattern. If you make an arse of it, don't worry about it. It's a new exercise. If you've never done this before, don't get all upset or annoyed at yourself if you can't do it straight away. Okay, you didn't just jump in a car and know how to change through the gears and fly down the motorway, did you? You might have done, but chances are it took you a wee while to build up the coordination. So I'll show you again. Punch, punch, okay? So I start pulling it out of the swing. But remember, look at my hips. Now you've got multiple things to think about. We need to make sure that that hip snap is still happening, because as a beginner now, you're going to be thinking about this and you're going to forget that hip snap, so you're going to look like this. And you're just going to be using brute force to get that up. We do it on the right arm to start with, and then when we come back to it, we'll do it on the left arm. Any questions? Just do it, everybody. Make sure if you're new to it and it's feeling difficult, you don't just pick the heaviest kettlebell you've got. Start light, learn the movement pattern, then build the weight up and the technique will come, okay? Take your time with it. If you're not sure, make sure you can see me when I'm doing mine, and I'll just keep doing it. I'll keep talking you through it, I'll keep reminding you. Can't say it enough. It's a single arm swing, pulling it out and punching it back out as fast as you can, but be sensible. 5 seconds and we go. Stand by, hips back, snap them, pull and punch. Pull back and punch. Elbow. My elbow is behind the kettlebell, behind my hand. And punch out. Pull it in, punch out. This is where if you're not gripping this kettlebell hard enough, it's going to go like that. Okay, it's going to collapse down. It's going to do this, everyone. Now, have a rest. Next exercise is burpees. Why? Because why not? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Burpee with no jump. Can't have all the fun, okay? No jump. Make sure you're standing up tall and locking out. So this time, you're going to change arms on those high pulls. Chances are you started with your dominant arm. This is where On your non-dominant arm, you'll find that you don't quite crush it the same, and it's a lot harder. Go. Pull it in, punch it out. Top tip, crush the kettlebell. Squeeze the hell out of it. Snap the hips. It's a single arm swing, but I'm pulling it in and I'm punching it out. Pulling it in, punching it out. Think about the elbow. Keep it high. Keep it behind the kettlebell. Don't let the kettlebell go higher than your elbow. Otherwise you'll lose it. You'll lose the power. Burpees, no jump. Go. So, why are we doing them high pulls now? Because we start off with a double-handed kettlebell swing, then we progress to the single arm swing, then we progress to the alternative single arm kettlebell swing, and now we're progressing to high pulls. High pulls are then the next natural progression into a snatch. So we're building you up, everybody. So it's not enough just to think, oh man, I'm crap at these. Use this time now, keep an eye on me, listen to what I'm saying, and make sure you practice it in your own time. The more you practice it, you're not going to get left behind, okay? We're not just going to jump into snatches next class, we're going to start introducing them more, okay? Don't fall behind, practice in your own time. 3, 2, burpee. Little and often, everyone. Learn the movement pattern. Once you start to learn the movement pattern, then go up the weight. Eventually you'll pick a weight that you're going to need a hip snap to get up, and you're going to need a good solid pull and punch to make it work. That's when you learn the technique. Okay, make sure you're changing arms. Stand by. Hips back, snap them. Punch, snap them. Again. It's the hips and that hip snap that brings the kettlebell up. So this arm is pulling it out and punching it out, but it's the hips that bring it up, everyone. Good work. Right, 3, 2, last set. Let's go. Push yourself. Let's go. Make sure you're snapping those hips through and standing up tall on these burpees. Right, walk around, everyone. Good work. Right, we are done. 4 circuits done. Now it's time for a nice easy core finisher. Okay, and it's just a case of follow along. We'll do 4 exercises, and that'll be it. 4 exercises, 2 run-throughs. So again, I encourage you, because this is recorded, if you're on live just now, load it up and practice them in your own time. You don't need to turn it into a circuit. Make sure you're nice and warm, as in you're not stiff. Get your kettlebell and just practice the movement pattern. Understand the movement pattern. Then go heavy. Don't go heavy to start with, because you're going to start building in errors, okay? You're going to start building in errors and compensations because it's heavy. Understand the movement pattern, go heavier, then you're going to start needing to snap the hips, then you're going to need to start gripping that kettlebell, pulling it in and punching it out with good technique, okay? And that's when you learn the technique. If you try to do it all at once, you end up making an arse of it, and you end up hurting yourself. Okay, core finisher starts in 30 seconds. Sitting down on the butt, make sure you can see, or at least hear me. If you know the exercises, it's all going to be core work, okay? But it helps if you can see me. I ain't going to be standing up in between, because this is all core. First one we're going for in 15 seconds is we're good old knees to chest. I say knees to chest, it's really knees to the side, okay? Try and take it past your chest. Imagine you're trying to get your knees to hit yourself in the shoulders, okay? Pull them. Stand by. 3, 2, go. Pull it in, punch them out. Pull them in, punch them out. Keep the control there. It's better to get a good quality squeeze and contraction than just to go like this. Okay? Squeeze, punch out. Pull those knees. Don't just lift, but pull them that last part. Get the core working. Good. Right, we're doing pulses. Set up position, palms facing up, look at my upper back, it's off the ground, but it's literally just this, okay? It's a slight rock back and forward, go. This is a little burner, okay? My shoulders, my upper back never touches the ground. It's almost like a crunch, but not quite. Okay, I can do maybe about 2 or 3 every second. That's how short the range of movement is. It's a pulse, it's just burning. Lactic acid's building up, good. Good, sit back up. Now we're doing leg raises, so it's the same as the knees to chest, but that one, okay? Same position, 3, 2, go. Straight legs, down. Straight legs up, straight legs down. Okay, I want you to think about lifting your feet, but pushing your knees down as you do so. We're trying to keep these legs nice and straight. Keep these deep core muscles working hard to get us up. Good, 5 seconds. Easy peasy, yeah? Are you right? Okay, roll onto your front. We're going to go for dorsal raises. Dorsal raises being, it's like a Superman, but arms at 90 degrees and we keep our legs on the floor. Stand by. So we're going to lift up our back up and down. Up, squeeze, down. Pull your shoulders together. Lift your elbows high. Make sure you're not throwing your neck back excessively. This is a lower back exercise, but also it's going to strengthen all the muscles up your spine. I'm pulling my elbows back, okay? That's 4 exercises. Back on, knees to chest. We're doing another run through all of them. Stand by. Knees to chest. This is going to burn, but we like that. Go. All that burn is, it's just lactic acid. Muscles turning acidic. It's just a feeling, okay? Accept it, get on with it. Don't give in to it. Get it done. Focus on the rep. Focus on the movement. Disregard the burn. Pulses, okay? These are going to get you up. These are going to get that burn on the go. 3, 2, 1. Palms up. Why palms up? Just gives you something to focus on. I don't actually know, okay? Because palms down is just normal. We don't do normal. Okay, so that's probably burning if you're doing it right, but that's okay. Get on with it. Don't give into it. Oh, right, next one. Leg raises. The killer. The killer if you do it properly. Push the knees down, lift from the feet. Go. Up, down. You're trying not, and I say try not, just don't put the feet on the ground unless you hit complete failure. By complete failure, I mean you try to lift up and they just collapse. Not that you give in. Don't give in. It's not worth it. It's too easy. Okay, roll onto your front. These will feel nice now. Stretch out those core muscles. Again, focus on pulling those elbows back and squeezing. Go. Those shoulder blades. Get that pause and not, it's just like a Superman, but our legs stay firmly on the ground. Keeping all that work in the back. Make sure you're getting that pause. Make sure you're lifting as high as you're able to. Good work. Oh, well, that was a finisher. Right, stand up, shake yourself out. Well done. Okay. I don't know if that was just me. Sometimes I don't have a clue, but that felt pretty hard. Maybe I'm just gubbed, but that felt pretty hard. That felt pretty full on for a Tabata Tuesday. Good work tonight, okay? And again, new exercise alert. If it's new to you, chances are maybe you didn't find it all that hard, and that's all right, because you need to learn the movement pattern, okay? Don't run before you can walk, as they say. Learn it, okay? Practice it now, not right now, but practice it in a couple of minutes' time. Get some extra reps in, start to understand, realise it's not going to be perfect, but little and often, pick that kettlebell up and just practice it. Please practice it in your own time, okay? Because you will end up getting left behind, because next time I do it, it'll be a very quick revision, straight into it, okay? And then from there, the expectation is you can do it, okay? As always, I'm open to questions, but it's pretty obvious what we're trying to do. It's just a single arm swing, pulling it out and punching it, okay? The more you do it, the better you get at it, the more you start to understand it. Again, people are very quick to say, oh, I'm crap at it, so then they just don't do it. You know, I wasn't born to know how to do high pulls. When I first started doing them, I'm making all the mistakes I'm telling you about. I didn't grip the kettlebell hard enough, so it just goes flimsy here. I took too long. I started too heavy. okay? I didn't focus on keeping my elbow high. So I'm telling you these things from experience, okay? It's very easy to watch someone that knows how to do it and think, oh, you make it look easy. Took time, took practice to get there, so realise that and take time and take practice yourself.